Hey guys, RC here, back with episode 8. Sorry we cut the last one a little short, but hey, you got to take the call when the wife calls. Happy wife, happy life, and that's what lets you get to play games on occasion. Anyway, we are just powering through some recruiting here, trying to kind of stay on top of that. We had looked at some players that we had lost last sim. Most of them we had come off of. One we had just gotten on, so really nothing that we lost. Still don't have any scholarships, so now we just need to kind of go through, and this is something I would like to see changed. Um, Instead of being able to go through and apply scouting points by no, like right here it says total points spent for recruiting is 70, but we don't know where we're at on scouting. So like this guy, we're at 98. So technically, if this said 98 somewhere around here, even if it was like right here, then I could say, okay, well, I want to put 5 points. I don't want to put any points. Um, you know, oh, this guy's at 98 as well. Instead of opening each individual card, if you could do that at a glance, I just think that would be immensely helpful and cut down on the time, because I mean I'm doing these videos in real time and we're already on the 8th video at about 30 minutes a pop. So I've spent 4 hours and we're just in week 7 or 8 here. So I mean we're not even halfway through the season, and I'm still 4 hours into the game, roughly. So anything that could streamline that a little bit, I think would be beneficial for sure. Anyway, just something to think about. Uh, okay, I'm going to put 5 points on this guy. And again, I think I asked the question in an earlier. All right, I'm going to put 10 points on this guy. I'm going to start trying to knock these guys out, honestly. I want to put 10 points on this guy. Um, I don't know if leaving it at 0 hurts my chances to sign that player. And even if I put a point, does that really do anything? Is that showing the recruit anything that's going to make him commit? I don't know the answer to that. I think that would be good to know. All right, Neely. So we'll give him a point because he's already maxed. All right, this guy's way down, so we'll give him 10. We'll give him 10. We'll give him 10. And I'm going to give him all 12. I don't have any scholarships, and I've got 6 points left over. Let me up him to 10, and that leaves me 2, and I'm just going to call it done. I'm not going to worry about adding anybody this week, because as I said, 4 hours, and I'm kind of like, oh God, you know, I'm ready to get it to move on at some point here. Oh, let's see. Oh, the big matchup with Bama and LSU, although we lost. We lost this week. No. Oh, well. Can't win them all. Fell all the way to number 7 in the polls. I don't remember who I played this week. Was it Auburn? Georgia? Well, let's see. Auburn 36-17, and it wasn't even close. 14 points in the fourth quarter. my defense had 3 interceptions and I still was not able to win that game. That's disappointing. Yeah, only 243 yards of offense. Wow. All right, well, let's see. Let's go to home. We do play Alabama, so before I look at all that, oh, George Melton, my quarterback, probable with the flu. Yeah, you better get on the field and play. Game plan. Save. Home. Emails. All right. All right, Melton is looking real good. All right. So we picked up Cornish, one of the tight ends, and we lost quite a few this week. Wow, okay. So Hollis Henson went to Oklahoma State. Martin Lee went to Cincinnati. Salcido went to Oklahoma. Qualls went to Missouri. Robinson went to Oklahoma. And Upchurch went to Virginia Tech. Now, they got on him late. See, that's one I'm going to have an issue with. So, okay, well, let's go look at that because I'm going to have an issue with that one. Pretty sure. All right, I had 80 points on him, and we can go back a couple of videos, but Virginia Tech and Iowa got on him late. Now, he's out of Mississippi. Market size, I would say SEC's over both of those. Security, again, I don't know what that exactly means. We've talked about that, but I've been on him since week 1. Loyalty, well, I've been on him since week 1. Playing time, that could be the killer for me. Close to home, I think Mississippi's going to be closer to Baton Rouge than Iowa or Blacksburg. Okay, and so yeah, this is one I don't think I should have lost. I don't think there's any rational explanation why I lost him. So yeah, that's one. This is going to be what, episode 9? No, this will be episode 8. Okay, so episode 8. All right, so signing issues again. And it's not, hey, I mean, whatever. I mean, the game is what it is. If I don't like it, I don't have to play. It is what it is. But I at least want some understanding. When I'm told that I'm looking at it the wrong way, and here's how I need to look at it, and I'm looking at it that way, or trying to look at it that way, and I'm still losing players like this, why? Why did I lose this guy? When I'm the only guy recruiting him for 6 weeks, and I basically got a 60-0 lead in points, which I'm told is huge. I don't come off of that. I've got 80 points now, 8 weeks in, and these 2 teams that came on him 1 or 2 weeks ago, he signs with one of them. Close to home, I should have won. These market size arguable, I guess, but I should have probably won that. And he didn't go to the Big Ten. He went to the ACC, and I don't think the ACC is on the same par with the SEC. Security, we don't know what that means. All right, so yeah, that's a guy I have no inkling why I lost him. All right, here's the other guy. Who did he go with? He went to Oklahoma. Now, tight end was one of those. I only wanted one of the 2 anyway. I got one, so no big deal. But again, let's just look. So we had high interest. Oklahoma, Texas, LSU, Bama. I don't remember how many of those teams were on him the whole time, but market size, probably arguable. Security, we don't know what that means. Playing time, okay, that may be where I lost him because I didn't have to have a tight end. I wanted one. All right, so maybe. Henson, Oklahoma State. They were on him early. No, I was on him from week 1 because I've got 80 points on him. Market size, close to home. Okay, here's another one. Yeah, max points since week 1 in state. In state, much closer to Baton Rouge than Stillwater when he's in Louisiana. This is actually down by New Orleans, so you've got to come through Baton Rouge to get to Oklahoma. So close to home should be a dominating edge to me. Market size, SEC again, shouldn't be an issue. That's the only things this guy was interested in. So why did I lose this guy? Okay, well, hey, these are the problems. These are what we're talking about. We're losing players for stupid reasons sometimes that don't make sense. And again, I've read through the list here that I printed out off of your sheet, over on the website here. I've printed that out. I've printed the guide out. I've talked to OK Bandit on the forums, and according to what I'm reading and hearing, that's a guy I should not have lost. Okay. Qualls, 80 points, max since week 1. All right, he went to Missouri. He's from Arkansas. Market size, close to home. Well, it's out of state both ways, so I guess that's a toss-up. Winning and playing time are even, because I'd say if he wants to win, you'd come to LSU. If he doesn't care, then you go to Missouri. And playing time could be the only thing, but I think we're probably split or pretty close here, and we're in the same conference. So again, that one I don't understand it. That's not one I would lose sleep over like the other two. But hey, whatever. All right, Salcedo, defensive end, max points. He ended up going to Oklahoma. He's out of Breaux Bridge. Playing time, loyalty, close to home, still has some prestige. All right, so it's SEC Big 12 for prestige. I should dominate that equation for whatever it's worth, because it is 43. But remember, we had that conversation 1 or 2 videos ago about that 25 point difference. Well, what exactly is the difference that makes a big deal? Okay, I mean, prestige is a toss up. Playing time, you mean to tell me Oklahoma doesn't have a lot of defensive ends? Now granted, I had a lot of defensive ends, so playing time, he would be depth in rotation for me. But again, okay. That's again, not one I would lose sleep over, but one I kind of look at and kind of scratch my head and go, well, I mean, it's Oklahoma. What are we doing here? All right, we got Cornish, the tight end. He picked us over Mississippi, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Auburn, and Florida. Close to home. Now, see, that's one. Close to home ended up being his main thing outside of prestige. And yet he comes, from Picayune, which is across the border, but he comes to Baton Rouge instead of one of the 2 Mississippi schools. I think that was the tight end I thought I would lose, and the one I lost is the one I thought I would get. So again, not making a lot of sense to me. Really struggling with understanding and grasping the the nuances of recruiting itself. All right, 10 points. I'm just going to go through and see what these guys have as far as, all right, so, their report certainties are up there. I'm not really worried about that. All right, this guy needs 10 points. This guy needs 10 points, probably less, but I want to max out their report certainty is what I'm shooting for here. Alright, this guy has not been addressed. I'm the only one recruiting him. Alright, but we'll do that. Alright, Lieberman. Fournier. Gainey. We'll put the last 3 points on him. Alright, now what I want to do, I think, is we'll cut him back to 5, 5, 5. Should have paid a little more attention to this because this is causing some repetition. I wish I could scroll through that with my up and down arrows, but you can't do that. It does not work. Alright, so the reason I did that was to free up 30 scouting points, which is 6 interviews. Okay. Alright, so let me go back to positional count. So I still need a quarterback and a free safety. I've got 2 free safeties. I've got a couple of cornerbacks. So everything should be relatively addressed. And I know I'm going to be doing a lot of repetition here, but just want to make sure nothing's changed because it has been a few weeks since I went through this upper part of the list. So I'm guessing it wouldn't change as far as people coming off too much. I mean, they wouldn't have gone from being recruited to not being recruited, you know what I'm saying? But still, just to make sure I haven't missed anybody. Alright, Pennsylvania, defensive end. Alright, he's number 107. There he is right there. And we're going to sort by not recruiting. So we're going to add him. Alright, we're going to schedule an interview. Do 10 points, offer a scholarship. A center, Paul Dawson, number 112. Offer, schedule an interview, 10 points. Another free safety. Now, problem is, I mean, I need a free safety. I needed several, so maybe it wouldn't hurt to go after this guy. All right, rushing at number 117. Offer 10 and schedule. Louisville. He's out of Madisonville. I don't know where that's at. Again, we got that typo thing where some of the school names are too long and you can't see states. All right. A strong safety out of Washington, number 120, Garrett. All right. We'll add him. Schedule an interview. All right, another guy out of Puerto Rico. Offer, schedule, 10. Georgia Tech. Another running back. Tackle. Let's go with him. Timothy Rodriguez. Now, of course, the problem is you don't know who else might be going after the player the same week. I mean, if everybody starts at the top of the list, then that's where your game planning comes into play. That maybe you have to come down the line a little bit and kind of start farther down. Um, that is what it is. And offer scholarship. All right, so let's go ahead and advance. Yes, I had 2 points left, but I think we've already seen 2 points don't do a ton. All right, big showdown with Bama. Okay, let's save. All right. $31-26. We took out Bama. Bama has fallen to 4-4 on the season. Honestly surprised, and they're still ranked in the top 25. That's kind of funny, but you got a lot of 3-loss teams down there as well, so I guess that makes sense. Cincinnati lost one game, fell from 11 to 15. Sparty lost another game. Michigan lost another game. Wow. All right, we're back up to number 2 with that win, getting back, but 3 SEC teams, 1, 2, 3. That's South Carolina number 11, Ole Miss number 12. Wow, SEC bias? No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see. So home. Well, let's just do roster, depth chart. Looks like one Poole, my starting running back, is injured. Game plan. Recruiting. All right, let's go to home. I want to check my email. All right, team report. No. All right, we picked up 2 more recruits and then lost 4 more. All right, so let me make a note of who we lost. It's easier just to take a picture of that with my phone, I suppose. Yep, there we go. And all right. So first one we want to look at is who we lost. Because I think knowing why we are losing people would go a long way towards helping us kind of understand, All right, so the first guy was Dennis Carver. Ugh. And I did lose Neely to Alabama, son of a bitch. All right, well, he was, I knew he was a toss-up, but okay, Jimmy Herr, strong safety. All right, I've got 50 points on him, so I've been on him for 5 weeks. He was one of the guys out of New York that nobody was on. That's why I added him. And he ended up going to the Aggies. Now, it's possible the Aggies got on him the same week. I don't know, but you do remember there was nobody on him the week we got on him. Market size, I mean, he doesn't really care about anything. All right, so then I guess here's a question. When they don't care about anything, what drives their deciding factor? How do you know whether to come off of them, stay on them, or whatever? So market size, we're all Big 12 SEC teams, and just nothing else. I mean, prestige, I probably have the edge, so if that's his number 2 factor, and the SEC is the number 1 factor, which we're all even in, shouldn't he have signed with me? Plus, I was on him first. Now, it's possible they got on him the same week, but again, here's a guy that really doesn't care about anything. But again, judging off of when this is equal, if we come down to, loyalty, what does that mean again? How much the player values their current team. Well, liking Pearl River High School, what does that have to do with Auburn, LSU, or A&M? Nothing. Okay, so where that loyalty needs a little better definition, I think. So does security. We've talked about that in several of these videos. But again, with all things being equal, if prestige, I think I edged these two teams in prestige. Where did I lose this player? What caused me to lose that player? It wasn't that they, granted I only had 50 points and we're 90 points into the season, but nobody was on him the week I went on. So nobody else has been on him more than 50 points. That's my point. All right, next guy was Carver, 72 points. He was that fullback. Now, he ended up being very impressed with us. Okay, here's another one. He signs with the Cornhuskers. Cornhuskers, they're not even on the recruiting list. So they came in on him maybe this week and signed. Now, unless that's a typo and he went to Oklahoma, but it's plain as day, says he went to Nebraska Cornhuskers, and Nebraska did not recruit him. That's the second player this season, so that's not an anomaly. That's happening on a regular basis, twice in 9 weeks. But close to home. Okay, he lives in Oklahoma, Nebraska, Louisiana, I don't know. Prestige, evidently Nebraska has a really good prestige here. Loyalty, I mean, obviously if he's not being recruited, if loyalty means anything about max points on him per week, I should have had the edge there since I got on him, So that's one I don't get. So here's another one. Why did I lose the guy? And two, how do you lose him to a team that never even recruits him? Second player this season that's happened. So just, something to look at, guys. I'm not trying to tear the game apart. I like the game. I'm trying to like the game more. I'm trying to understand. I mean, I can't play the game if I don't understand how and why things happen. I know I don't need to control everything 100%, but, how do I even determine to quit recruiting the guy when a team that signs him never even shows up? Okay, and I hate to harp on that, but that's stupid. That needs to be figured out, and I'd certainly like an answer on that and figure out why that's happening. But that could be a coding issue. I don't know, but I don't know how I lose a player that I've been recruiting hard with max points, except for that very first week. But he jumped from that like a 29 up to a 90, 94, 96 interest. And he's been up there ever since. And I've put max points on him ever since that second week I was after him. So, hey. Anyway, I'll move off of that horse because it's dead again. Ross Neely, I did lose him to Alabama. So all three of my players all three of my initial quarterbacks I lost. So everybody that I had as my number one option at quarterback, I lost all three. Security, again, we don't really know what that means. Prestige, we're equal. Playing time, okay, I think, honestly, I need two quarterbacks. I think playing time, I don't know that anybody could get better chance at playing time than coming to my school because, I need two quarterbacks on my roster. I've got so many guys leaving at the end of this season, but, I kind of looked and knew he was going to be a crapshoot just because there was nothing that really stood out in my favor. I wish he hadn't taken so long, but hey, that happens. And the last guy was Timothy Rodriguez. All right, so I just got on him. That was the guy out of Massachusetts. Nobody was on him. and he signed with Rutgers. So Rutgers did go after him this week. So we both put maybe 10 points on him. And playing time, security, market size, well, Big Ten, SEC, prestige. I should blow Rutgers away. So maybe as an overall winning, yeah, LSU all the way. So if you look how he values everything high, I would say yeah, he might get more playing time at Rutgers. But actually, I need 2 tackles for next year, so probably maybe not. I mean, I have a need at tackle. Um, so yeah, that's one that's a little confusing. Again, not gonna, that one's not gonna kill me, but I'm not gonna lose a ton of sleep over that. But it doesn't really make sense. I mean, he values all this, and if you put, LSU or Rutgers, I think LSU would have a decided advantage there. Anyway, and I do want to look at the players that we got as commits to see if they're making equal sense. Okay, well, Ferrara, 90 points. I've been on him since week 1. Ole Miss, now he lives in New Orleans. See, he was higher than this at some point, I'm pretty sure. 92 security, 69 prestige. So at the end of the day, I don't know what security means. He doesn't really give a damn about anything else. So I don't know why I got him. Oh, you can change their jersey numbers. I didn't notice that. That's cool. We're going to come do that. So I don't know why I got the guy over Ole Miss, except that I was on him from week 1. But, that's... And John Cardwell, 40 points. I just got on him a few weeks ago out of New Jersey. Great strength, remarkable agility, great tackling, exceptional speed, exceptional hands. All right, so and you can see he's one I did not get to scout a lot. He just signed with me here after the first week, so I didn't really have after a few weeks. Okay, so I've lost 4. I've got 5 signed, and I've still got 17 scholarships on the board, 4 that I need to reapply. All right, so we're back into recruiting. Let's see where we are on a time factor for the video. We're over, so let me go ahead and put a stop here. A few more questions to hopefully get answered or at least looked at, and hopefully a little more that we've all learned a little bit about recruiting. Thanks.